course, continue to keep in our thoughts and prayers all those that have been affected by the flooding last week. So. Thank you. Angie, you care to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing on the agenda is our recognitions, and I'll let Sherry take care of that one.
Good afternoon. February is School Board Appreciation Month, and I'm very honored to work with this fine group here. They are here for the right reason, for the kids, and what they care about is their community and their kids and the people that work within our division. So I'm very honored to work with you all, and I thank you for all you do for our kids every day. So as I call you down, if you would please come down so they can get some pictures of you, and we can honor you this evening. Mike Thompson, he is our representative for the council area. All you do. Tommy Blankenship. Honor and recognize you this evening. Thank you. Thanks so much. Angie McClanahan, North This is one time it's you that's going to be recognized.
I know, I was like,
Thank
there's
you.
You're who would recognize?
David Thornberry, South Carolina. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Dr. Brian Lee. Dr. Lee. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Jack Compton.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. And Ray Blankenship, Twin Valley. Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
Sheriff's got a speech.
So let's honor them, and thank you so much for working for the betterment of the education of our kids.
Sure, do we get a picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
One, two, three.
Thank you all. I get to do the good, happy stuff.
You got it.
Yes.
You
So
got it.
now if I can ask Mark Cooper and Chad Stevens and Greg Tester to please come up. So this is Mark Cooper is our principal at Southern Gap High School, and Chad Stevens and Greg Tester are the assistant principals. And so we are here tonight to show you the markings for our new Southern Gap High School. So we have the application filed for trademark for our eagle, and the font there's Southern Gap Eagles. There it is in white, gold, and black. And you see these have been applied to be registered for trademark for our school. Then we have, there's SG, Southern Gap High School. Do you guys have anything you want to say?
Just excited for the new adventure.
And Mr. Curtis Ellswick, would you like, yes, get up here and get your picture made, and Curtis, why don't you come up? You have the next showings of Southern Gap School. Tim's first. Tim the one's gonna show the nice pictures. Oh my. Thank you guys for coming.
We brought 3 cups.
Okay, Tim.
See, now we'll have public comment and our delegations for Sanska. Go right ahead. You go ahead. No, you're up first.
All right, so of course this month the weather has not been kind, but we have worked when we can, so it's still progressing, but it's been quite challenging. I'm hoping the next couple of weeks we'll be able to make a big showing on the project. Next, let's see, I guess I got the little clicker going. So here is a rendering of the football field that has been vetted. And this is what the football field is going to look like once it's complete. Colors, all the sideline stuff and all that. Here is a proposed rendering for the basketball courts. This has not been finalized yet. We are still working through this one to get it finalized. So you can see the large court in the middle, 2 side courts. Of course, the bleachers will pull out from each side for all the events that will be going on in the gym. The progress up to date, site grading continues. The soccer field excavation is ongoing, and the front parking lot has started. The field for the baseball and softball fields are underway. Concrete foundation work in areas A and B. We have a little diagram up there so you kind of know what the areas are. A, of course, is the gym. B is your auditorium and kitchen. C is going to have some of your admin stuff in it and your first wing on the back. And then, of course, D is the last wing, which has quite a bit of thing. I think area C, also on the second floor, I believe it is, has your science labs. Concrete foundation work in area B and auditorium area is completed. The low block in area B, which is the auditorium area, is complete. MEP underground, plumbing and all in the area A, which is the gym area, is nearing completion. Concrete foundation work for the admin classroom area in C, it's continuing. We have most everything. We've got to backfill some walls, and then we can fill up against the walls and then finish up the few piers that we have to put in there. Low block in the admin and classroom area. Area C has started. They're probably, I don't know, a third, a little better done there. The foundations for the area in the CT wing and area D, they've started, and they were digging some more of the footers today. They were digging out for the paint booth under in the slab that's going to be under the paint booth. So that's be poured this week, and several more foundations in that area. Office trailer is now on site. We have temporary power and temporary heat in there right now. Upcoming work, complete the underground MEP in the gym area. Slab on grade prep in the gym so we can pour that slab. That is we hope to pour that the first or second week in March. The concrete floor, and then the masons can start bringing the walls up. Backfill and complete foundations in the mat room in area C. Low block in the admin classrooms, area C will continue. Continue foundations in Area D, continue the grading of the soccer field, which is pretty close to grade now, and continue filling the baseball and softball fields. They were finalizing the slopes on the football field today, getting those to grade. They'll continue to get all three sides ready. And the cutting field for the front parking lot has started, but it's a little wet still. And then we'll start the north roundabout utility relocation in the next few weeks as well. Here's what it looked like when we started a month ago, after our meeting last month, just kind of to see where we were with. Here is Area A, the plumbing that's been roughed in for the bathrooms. This is looking across the gym to the southeast. This is looking towards the first wing in the Area C. Kind of see they've got the block laid down this one side, and they'll be continuing that on around this week on the other three sides. Here's some retaining walls around Area C and D that have been poured. This is where we'll be backfilling as soon as we get waterproofed. Here they were laying the stage wall for the front of the stage. Here's a picture of the soccer field. They were digging it out. It looks totally different from that now. It's pretty much flattened out all the way across now. And we have a special little video that the CTE students have put together where they flew their drone a few weeks ago. So if you want to play that. This was flown late December, I think it was. The video for the month of January was not done because of weather, and the one they did for February didn't quite turn out. But you can see here, this is the auditorium area where they were laying block, getting it up to grade. You can see the foundations as they're going in. This is where the kitchen is, right through there. And this is the first wing on the back, Area C. We've had some footers poured. Of course, now there's block walls laid all along that side. And you can see they had a wall formed up there that has now been poured. Of course, you can see it's just muddy. This is when it was kind of drying out though.
Yeah.
Now they're getting over into the here's the auditorium again. Kind of see the building come into shape now. Of course, this is the gym, locker rooms, and all that area. Of course, this is where they pulled out. You can kind of see the whole site.
Yeah.
Where we were at that point. I'm looking forward to getting one as soon as they can get back out there to bring and show you. I really appreciate Kayla and her students doing this. It really kind of makes you where you can actually see what's going on the project. Anybody got any questions or comments?
Jay?
What's the square footage of the campus?
200,000 square feet.
200,000. And, as far as the acreage is sitting on?
What'd you say, Chad?
50,
Acreage, total acreage.
59
Yes,
acres,
square
I
feet.
believe it is.
The question was total square feet on the building and the acreage that the building is being put on, so.
Is it possible we get a copy of the, well, how much money we've spent and what we got left? Is that possible?
Yes, we can do that.
Yep.
Sure he's got it.
And I'll pass it on.
I'll keep you in budget, sure.
Yes.
Anything else? Okay, thank you.
Public comment, Amanda? If it's student personnel, we can take it to closed session.
It's closed.
Okay, all right. We need closed session tonight for student personnel legal advice. Can I have a motion to go into closed
I'll
session?
make a motion to go in executive session.
I second.
Tommy, you're first this week? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Jack, yes.
Yes.
Mike? David?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. So we'll go to closed session.
Welcome to the Southern Gap High School groundbreaking ceremony. As most of you know, my name is Sherry Fletcher, and today I am greatly honored to serve as your MC. I would like to thank all of you for attending today. And the first thing today, I will provide a little background information for those of you that may not be familiar with our journey. In response to the April 1977 flood in the Leviathan Fort Basin and the millions of dollars in damage and losses from this flood, the Energy and Water Development Appropriations Act of 1981 and the subsequent legislation provided authorization for the development of flood protection measures for the Leviathan and Tug Forks of the Big Sandy River Basin. Section 202 of that legislation directed the Secretary of the Army, acting through the Chief of Engineers, to design and construct flood risk management measures in those affected areas by 1977 flood. Non-structural flood control measures implemented would prevent further losses from occurring either from a flood equal in magnitude to the April 1977 flood or the 1% annual flood, also known as the 100-year flood, whichever is greater. In 2019, the Buchanan County Non-Structural Flood Damage Reduction Project received supplemental appropriations to complete flood risk management measures pursuant to the Disaster Relief Act of 2019. This supplemental appropriation authorized the government to complete implementation of the project at full federal expense. The Corps and the sponsor amended the project cooperation agreement on October the 27th, 2020 to reflect the implementation of the project at all federal expense, the flood risk mitigation measures pursuant to the study authorization, Energy and Water Development Appropriation of 1981. A detailed evaluation confirmed the feasibility of a ring wall to protect the tech center, but revealed substantial technical issues regarding feasibility of a ring wall to protect Hurley High School. The recommendations for Hurley High School has thereby been modified from ring wall to floodplain acquisition. In January 2021, the Buchanan County Board of Education voluntarily proposed an alternative plan to consolidate the Tech Center, and Hurley High School into a shared replacement facility on a new relocation site at Southern Gap. This site would be also utilized to consolidate up to 2 other county high schools. Corps' review of the site determined it meets and or exceeds the criteria to meet the 202 program. Given cost savings for the high school and reduction of operational risk and uncertainties associated with the Tech Center ring wall, it was determined relocation of the function of Tech Center and Hurley High School to the Southern Gap site is in the best interest of the federal government and meets 202 program intent. I would like to start by recognizing our distinguished guests and speakers. We have Colonel Jason Putman, Commander of the Huntington District of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Mrs. Catherine Carver, Chief Real Estate Division of Great Lakes and Ohio River Division, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Shane Klin, representative from Senior Mark Warner's office. Laura Bevins, representative from Senior Kane's office. Cody Munpower, Deputy District Director from Congressman Morgan Griffith. Tyler Lester, representative from State Senator Todd Pillen's office. And Tom Lester, representative from the Virginia House of Delegates, Will Moorfield. Our speakers for today will be Colonel Jason Putman, Shane Klin, Tyler Lester, Curtis Ellswick, Craig Stiltner, and Angie McClanahan. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize members of Buchanan County constitutional offices, and we have Alan Boyd here, our sheriff, Nikki Stiltner, Deb Schiller. Members of our Buchanan County Board of Supervisors, Craig Stiltner, Roger Wright, and David Clark. Members of the County IDA Board, Alicia Oakwin, Matt Hill, I'm not for sure who all is here, Tim Oakwin, and members of the Buchanan County School Board. I also want to thank some special people today, our coaches and teachers from each high school for bringing the vans and helping with the parking. We have students from each high school that was ushers today. Thank you. And our Buchanan County band. Our principals and central office staff, which has helped so diligently, and I couldn't have made it these past 2 days without my staff. They've worked hard, as well as all of the parents, students, and community members that are here today. So at this time, I would like for you to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, and please remain standing for the national anthem and the invocation. We will now be led in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance by our Eagle Scouts, Blake Broyles and Brody Cummings. Tom.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We will now be led in the singing of the national anthem. by the Buchanan County Band. Now we have Pastor Mike Wright from Vansett Church of Christ. will offer the
Dear God, we are glad that you are here. We are glad that you were present at each and every meeting in the past. And we pray and we are grateful that we know that you will be with us in the future. You're God, and you know the past, you're here now, and you're going to lead us into the future. We pray a special blessing upon this school, faculty, the staff, the leaders in our community. But most of all, we pray that out of this school will come students who will be great leaders in wherever you plant them. It's our prayer that every student that graduates from this school and all schools, that they will bloom wherever you plant them. But we pray, God, that you will continue to lead, guide, and direct. And we pray this prayer in the name of your Son, who is the same yesterday, today, and forever, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Our first speaker today is Angie McClanahan, Buchanan County Public Schools School Board Chairperson.
Good evening and welcome everyone. It's an honor and a privilege to stand here today on behalf of my fellow board members in the Buchanan County Public Schools. This has been a long journey, and while I recognize that we still have a journey ahead of us, today's milestone groundbreaking for construction of the Southern Gap High School is exciting, and it puts us one step closer to the opening the doors of the vast and invaluable opportunities that we can offer to our youth. We are only here due to the hard work and long hours that consisted of many meetings, collaboration, and negotiations between many. It is that work that often goes unrecognized, but today, with many of those individuals here, agencies and departments being present and represented, I want to say thank you. Thank you to each of you for making this school a reality with your diligence and your perseverance. As we all know, this beautiful new facility will open so many doors for academics, sports, vocational trades, arts, and musical opportunities for our children. The ability to host events beyond our district will be an asset to our community as a whole. How proud we will be to be able to hold these events here and show off our beautiful mountains and the southern hospitality of our Buchanan County folks. The Buchanan County Schools mission statement is our children, our future, our responsibility. I truly cannot think of a better representation of that statement than the collaborative efforts for Southern Gap High School. May we never take for granted this blessed opportunity that we have been given that's going to outlive us all for generations to come. Go Eagles.
Our second speaker for today will be Shane Clem from Senator Mark Warner's office.
Thank you, Sherry, and I'll second that. Go Eagles. I look forward to pulling for Southern Gap, except as my friend Tommy Krieger would say, when they play the big R. That's all I have. I'm actually here. Senator Warner asked me to recognize one particular person. It took many people to get to this day. This individual is so responsive to our office. Our multiple inquiries always got back to us in a timely manner. And that individual is retired Colonel Robert Peterson. So I want to read this letter from Senator Warner on your behalf. As the community gathers today for Buchanan County Public Schools groundbreaking for the Consolidated High School, I'm pleased to extend my appreciation for your diligent work to bring this project to fruition. Civil servants like you are the backbone of our nation, dedicating themselves daily to ensure the American people can rely on their federal government. We are all indebted to you for your efforts as a project manager for the United States Army Corps of Engineers on the Consolidated High School project. If you come up, I want to present something to you. I'm pleased to present you with an American flag that was flown over the United States Capitol. I hope you will display this flag in its official capacity as a reminder of its values it represents and recognition of your commitment to serving our nation. On this important occasion, I'm pleased to join with your family, friends, and colleagues in saluting your accomplishments and wishing you success in all your future endeavors. Sincerely, Mark R. Warner. Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
And I'd just like to say I'm truly humbled and honored, and I just want to personally thank the Board of Supervisors, Craig Horn, the school board, Melanie Hibbets, and of course Sherry and Angie for bringing it across the finish line. So yeah, this ceremony and this groundbreaking wouldn't have been possible without all of their hard work. So thank you. Thank you.
Our third speaker for today will be Tyler Lester from Todd Pillen's office.
Well, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here on behalf of Senator Todd Pillen. As a member of the Senate Finance and Senate Education and Health Committees, one of Senator Pillen's top priorities is providing the resources and opportunities necessary that allow our region's students to thrive and succeed, and working with federal and local partners to ensure that happens across all levels. He extends his thanks to the local leadership here in Buchanan County, our federal legislative delegation, and the Army Corps of Engineers for all the hard work and tough decisions that have had to be made along the way to get to this day. Much like your neighbors across the mountain in Dickinson County when Bridgeview High School was completed, this school here at Southern Gap will be the envy of Southwest Virginia, providing a state-of-the-art facility that our students deserve to learn in, experience, and prepare for their futures. As construction moves forward, Senator Pillen stands ready to assist in any way that he can. And third time's the charm. Go Eagles.
Our fourth speaker will be Colonel Jason Putman, Huntington District Office.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, friends, and family, thank you for being here, and really appreciate you guys inviting us to share this with you. I'm not sure there's a whole lot I can add to what was said earlier. This really is a special event. You did hear how we got here. Hey, Section 202 unfortunately came out of the 77 flood, maybe a sad event for a lot of the folks who either lived it, heard about it, saw it, felt it. But in some cases, good can come from that. And 202 is special just like this part of the country. I tell my team, they're probably sick of me hearing it, I'm originally from Vermont. That's where I grew up, so this is not unlike where I grew up. Some of the challenges are the same, some of the issues are the same. So it feels a little bit like home. And one of the unique things that we get to do at the Corps sometimes, it doesn't always work out this way, and sometimes it takes us time to get to that point, but we get to do things that do make a significant impact. Everything from dealing with disasters and seeing people on their worst day ever to events like this, where the event that led us to this may not have been great, but this one is. And as we have talked about, this focus is really about education for the children. And that makes such a difference for them and our communities and our nation down the road. So I don't know that you can do much better than doing something for the education of children. So I really feel privileged to be here. I'm really happy because the colors are the same as my alma mater, West Point, so it makes it easy for me. If it had been blue and gold like Navy, we might have had a problem. But no, congratulations on an achievement. And I will say, please join me in a round of applause for your federal, state, and local elected representatives that worked extremely hard through all of this to make sure that this got done. Their teams on a daily basis. And again, I don't know that I can say go Eagles because
Sure you can.
I guess I just did, right? But congratulations, good luck. Obviously, we still got some steps to go, but this is where you start. So thank you.
Next speaker will be Curtis Ellswick from Skanska.
I'm not sure who put me after the colonel. Good afternoon, everybody. What a significant day for Buchanan County. Being from here, I know how important this project is. I've been the project manager on this project for several years through planning, design, and now you can see construction. But there's been a lot of people involved and a lot of effort been put forth. And so we want to recognize some of those people today that's really been working behind the scenes. And I'll start with the expanded Skanska team. We have with us Tim Burge, who'll be our on-site inspector for the project. Jeff James, who's not with us today, who's been assisting in the project management responsibilities. And then we also have the team from Branch Builds, who's our design build contractor on the project. We have Mr. Mike Howdyshell here in the group on the stage. Mike is a senior project manager. It's been great to work with on this project. We also have some other representatives of the Branch Builds team scattered around. I can see some of them. Mr. Jason Hoyle, who's president of Branch Builds, is with us today. We have Burton Austin, project executive. Kathy Underwood, who I've known for many, many, many years, back in the back. A graduate of Grundy Senior High School, I believe, Mr. Doug Childress. We have business development, John Gardner. Senior Superintendent, Jimmy Kenyon, with the fancy hat. Travis Cooper, I'm not sure if he's with us today or not. He's not. Joe King, who'll be superintendent for Branch Builds, is here. And then we also have our architects from VMDO Architects out of Charlottesville. They are being represented by Joe Celentano. And they have a slew of consultants and people that have been working on this project. I talk to them almost daily, but I'm going to recognize some of them today. Andres Pancheco, with us today. Brady Scott. Drew Fleming. I don't believe I've seen Kelly, but Kelly Callahan. And Randy Livermore. As well as James Atkins, who cannot be here today. We also have a local firm who's our civil engineer on the project with TerraTech, being represented by President Billy Campbell. I think Billy may be the one that's been involved in this project longer than me on this team. And one other person in the back I see is Jessica Smeltzer with Envision. She's our furniture consultant. As you can imagine, a lot of planning goes around furniture. And quickly, and I'll be quiet, but there's a few other people I want to say special thanks to that put in tons of hours on this project. That would be Jack Compton, who's a school board member. Angie McClanahan, school board chair. We have Ben Street, legal counsel with Buchanan County Public Schools. And I think my new best friend is Sherry Fletcher, who we talk 3 or 4 times a day for the last year or so. So thank you all very much.
We have next Craig Stiltner representing the Board of Supervisors.
I'm going to tell you a story, Mike. I know you want it out, right? For those of you that don't know, Mike Rife is a diehard Jets fan. And he's sitting back here and he says, you know, Craig, the one thing you missed, he said, we missed a golden opportunity to name that school right. We're thinking, he said, what else is at Southern Gap? I'm sitting here trying to think about what I'm going to say now. I'm not worried about what else is here, And he said, think about it, the Jets. He said, and it goes synonymous with the airport, right? So anyway, but only Mike would be trying to figure out a way to get his New York Jets pushed into Buchanan County, right? We love you, Mike. But look around. I've been involved in Buchanan County for a long time between coaching and politics. I see a lot of friends, and I'm a very emotional guy. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I swear, I look around, I see this thing, and man, I'm telling you, finally see it come to pass. My daughter was in like the 8th grade when this thing first started happening. And Craig Horn, the county administrator, and we talked about how our daughters was going to get to play basketball together at a new school and, at Southern Gap, and it just never did happen. And then we start talking about it again. It kind of phases out.
Second. Thank you. Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yeah.
Yes. Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Angie? And I'm a yes. Can I have a motion to certify a closed session?
Motion.
Second.
Motion second. Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Do we have any motions from closed session?
I think we need to approve change order number 2 relative to the building packages. You all making that request, which was a net credit just under 9.7 million that provided tax savings to the district of close to $550,000. I'll make that motion.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Tommy?
No.
Ray?
Yes.
Yes. Coach? Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
And I'm a yes.
Second thing I've got is the cell tower. Apparently there's a piece of land that the school system owned that we've already deeded over to the supervisors as surplus property, which is typically what the school district will do. They're going to put a cell tower there close to Twin Valley Elementary. All I'm going to do is make a motion that the school system is not in favor of that cell tower in that location. Could they not try and find a better location in that area? That's my motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
It's really no bearing on us.
Yeah,
It's a supervisor issue, but I've had people from my district. My district goes into Twin Valley, about 10 to 15% of my district. I've had calls from that district once it became public. I think last week it might have been in the Voice that there's a tower going in. There was a schematic or a picture of where the tower's going. So that's where the motivation came from.
To clarify, this is a deeded property that's already been.
It's already been deeded.
Deeded back to the
we
Board
don't
of
own it.
Supervisors.
We didn't hold a public hearing. I'm assuming I've not paid attention what the supervisor's done. I don't know if they've held a public hearing, but I don't know if one's required. Either way, I'm just making a motion saying it's a warm, fuzzy motion, but it's a motion nonetheless.
Second.
Tommy?
Second.
I got a motion and a second.
Yes.
Yes. Coach?
No.
I'm sorry, let's get to Ray. Ray?
Yes.
Coach? Mike?
Yes.
David's a yes. Angie?
I'm going to abstain because I feel like we've already deeded it over. to the county. So
Yeah.
I don't think it's ours to make the decision.
I don't want Walmart to add another floor.
I'm a no.
That's crazy. How can we tell the supervisors?
Yeah, and I understand the sentiment. The sentiment is,
Yeah, I
you know,
understand
but,
the
you know,
sentiment, too.
we've already gave that property to them, so it's up to them. But I do understand the sentiment. And so that motion failed.
Motion passed.
Did it pass? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do we have,
Motion passed,
I'm
4
sorry.
to 1.
Motion passed. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Yes.
Mike? David?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. And could I have a motion to pay our bills?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Have a second?
Yes.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Since Ms. Tester's not here, Sherry, do we have the money to pay our bills?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Do we know what's driving the negative fund balance?
The school construction is up there, and it's included in it.
Okay.
So that's what it is.
Which means even though our fund balance is showing negative for the
We
past
aren't.
2 months, it's really not negative.
Correct.
Okay.
Because you can see at the top there on that, it says that school construction.
I'm with you. Can she maybe make an addition to that so that next month it may show a negative, but add back what we're expecting to get back? So that at least when we look at this and we ask, is the money there? It's being presented to us that it is there.
Okay.
Because right now we're voting on, and we got a negative fund balance.
Yes.
So,
Kind of separate that out there so you see that
Exactly.
it's school.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
'cause-
know it has the school
Yeah, 'cause we
construction
went
up at
from-
the top.
we went from
Right.
355,000 negative in December to almost 2.6 million in January. I don't want to come in February and be down 5 million.
No.
And then everybody say, oh, but it's okay, and then be some kind of malfeasance. Okay? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. That's all I have.
Any other discussion? Tom?
Is this the pay the bills
Yes.
with the exception of Southern Gap?
Ray?
Yes.
Yes. Mike? David?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Enrollment update?
We are up to students this month. We went from 2,204 last month to 2,206. 2,206.
Okay. Awesome. Can I have a motion to approve substitute volunteers and coaches?
I'll make a motion to approve them, but I think council also wanted to add somebody.
Yeah, council wanted to add Scotty Wampler for a baseball coach. They haven't had a baseball team in quite a few years now.
I'll make a second on that.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, and we don't have to add in that it's pending him.
Pending
passing.
his
We probably-
background approval.
Pending his
pending
approval
approval.
through our vetting process.
And let's just let the AD put himself or some staff member that's got that background, so if they need to go ahead and start practicing until we get Mr. Wampler approved.
Yes, they will.
Do you have to do a background check on these? Do you have to do it?
He hasn't, he's not on there.
He's
yet,
on,
so
okay.
Yes, I will take care of that tomorrow, and then maybe I can do a roll call vote on who they put in over there.
Okay.
Okay. And they will have to have some equipment and so forth, but we can carry that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Tom?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Coach? Mike?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
I'm a yes. We need to ratify a phone vote on McKenna Tester, who was hired or voted to hire as a substitute nurse.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to hire McKenna Tester as substitute nurse.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes. Yes.
Coach? Mike? David?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Need to ratify a vote we had to extend the day to 3 p.m. on the school day. Of course, that was before the flooding and.
No, is that?
That's not the new one.
That's
what
not
we
the new
already
one.
know.
What-
That's
That's what
just
we're ratifying right now.
ratifying, so.
Calm down.
I'll motion.
You got a motion, can I have a second? Second. Okay, but just to clarify, this is when we extended the day, school day the first time.
Prior to the
So we
flood.
did that by a phone poll, so
Yeah.
we'll have to ratify that part, so.
Yes.
We have a motion and a second. Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Coach?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Angie?
I'm a yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay, now we have to consider our changes in our school calendar as, of course, the flooding has disrupted everyone's life, and that's an understatement. So I think we have some proposals we want to review, and I'll give that to Sherry.
Okay, I had sent out 3 proposals, and this will be based on bus routes to be adjusted according, to accessibility for the roads, and our transportation person, Jeremy Ward, is working on that, and we'll be working on that the next 2 weeks. The first part of all of them, the scenarios, is the same. It's just that, we've been closed from February the 17th to February the 28th to look at going virtually next week, March the 3rd through March the 7th, and then returning in-person instruction on March the 10th. Scenario 1 would be to take spring break, except for Good Friday, and Memorial Day, and the last day of school would be June the 3rd. We would have a total instructional hours of 996. We are required to have 180 days each year or 990 clock hours. Option 2 is extending the school day to 3:30 with school closure this week, last week, return in person on March the 10th with extending till 3:30, keeping spring break for the week, and the last day of school would be May the 30th. Scenario 3 would be to complete spring break, not add any additional time, and the last day of school would be June the 9th.
Do you have, I had asked you to look at a couple other things. Do you have that you can also throw out there?
If you went, you'd ask me for like scenario 1 where we would do Good Friday and the Monday and extend the school day, correct? You would go back 3 days because you would be taking 3 days of spring break. If you go out 2 days of spring break, so there's 3 days that you wouldn't be. And if you extended your school day to 3:30, then you would go back to getting out May the 30th.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve scenario 1. That's what my district preferred. They like having Good Friday off. They're okay going the 2 extra days in June, which is the 2nd and the 3rd.
Yeah, that's only 2 days in June.
And, they're okay with getting rid of spring break. They're ready for the kids to get back in school.
I'll make a second on that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for option number 1. Any more discussion?
No. I mean, well, I'm not for it, because people I talk to, they want option 2. They don't want to give up spring break.
Yeah.
Well, my
And we're
thing
gonna
Feel like
get-
is,
we're
just being
gonna-
on break.
the 12-month employees, our custodians have worked the whole time during
Yeah,
this
see,
flood.
they don't get a break.
Now we're gonna take their spring break
Yeah.
and they're gonna have to work. And we're always talking, what can we do for the low man on the pole?
That's exactly.
Well,
And
time
now
out,
we're
time
not
out.
going.
You're talking about somebody else who's come in an extra, who's done something above and beyond.
No, they had to work. 12-month employees had to come in and work.
Okay, so
During
does
that
that
time.
not mean they've come above and beyond?
They did
what the
have
normal
Sundays
person.
off during
Well,
Christmas.
Then,
Yeah.
you know,
I just feel like
then
as
give
a
them,
whole-
But
give
they're
them-
on call the 12 of my people's on call.
But I think our job is to educate kids, and they've
Well,
been
it
on
is,
break.
but you're going to
and
still get 990 clock hours.
We
on.
are, but I mean, you know, that's another week that we're taking out of the classroom, consistent week that they would be in instruction.
You
I don't
know,
know why we would interrupt that again.
You know, our kids haven't been in school full week since December 16th. And by the time they get back March 10th, it's going to be almost 3 months. So that's
a lot of time
That's a
out.
lot.
It is, and any one that we choose here also, there will be students that, you know, probably may not can come back on March the 10th, that we will have to do some alternate, you know, we might not be able to get buses on all the roads. Mr. Ward and I called the State Department, I mean, you know, the transportation to try to work that out. But we've got this week and next week to work on that and come up with a plan of what we're gonna do and how things are gonna operate. And they may have the roads in, you know,
We
shape.
need to
We
get the
don't know.
ones that can
Yeah.
get here.
Here, yes.
for sure.
I know like Council, Twin Valley, the upper end of South Grundy, the roads are good. It's up Slate Creek and over towards Hurley and down below Grundy. And I think the parents will help us to get a few of those kids to a place where they can get on the bus.
I think so.
All right, well, we got a motion for option 1 and a second. So, Tommy,
No.
Ray,
No.
Jack,
No.
Mike,
No.
David,
Yes.
Angie,
Yes.
I want to make a
I'm a
motion.
yes. so-
I'm going to make
but
a
it
motion
fails.
that we failed. Did not fail?
It failed.
Okay, I'll make a motion. We do option 2.
Second.
Any more discussion? We've already discussed. So, Tommy,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Angie.
All right, kids got to get back in school.
Yeah.
I'm a yes. So that motion carries. Option number 2.
There you go. Lost Mike to the dark side.
Yes. Yes, yes. You care?
I can give you a copy of this. Yeah.
Also, I mean, we need to make everybody aware that we're working with them about computers and any students that's displaced. or
Yes, we
anything.
are.
So administration's going to work with, we understand that not all families.
So Sherry, will you come up with a graduation date pretty soon?
I have a principals meeting in the morning, so we will decide that, and then I can get that out to you. We have that at 9 o'clock.
Because they are going to need to know that.
Yes, they are.
And,
Well, they have to order their devices.
right.
too.
Yeah.
Yes, we have to get that, and I would like to have a teacher staff work day Thursday and Friday, if they could come
Do
in.
they know the end of the testing date in the spring?
April the 4th is the
end.
last day. Ms.
April
Taylor
what?
and I talked about that.
April
This is
4th.
for the writing.
Writing,
And,
testing.
you know, you really don't want, that's the last day, isn't it, Ms. Taylor, for state?
For the end of course
That's
writing,
case.
April 4th is the last date that they have given us, and they haven't,
But
they haven't
yeah,
extended it anymore for their snow either, so that's the last time that we can test for end of course writing. But now the IRW, it falls within that window too, but it can be extended if we need to. But we've got to be cautious because they've got, some of them have 4 other SOLs to take as we approach May too.
that's
Does
what I
that
was
count
looking at.
retakes in that window too?
Yes.
And then,
But writing, you don't have the expedited retakes.
Right, okay.
In the IRW, you won't have the expedited retakes with that one,
Yeah.
because it's a writing problem.
and most senior trips are April.
April, yes, and prom, so, you know, most of them take the writing that, like, March the 17th, 18th. We can go down to the next week, 23rd, 24th, but, you know, it's April the 4th, and then you're gonna be getting ready for the end of school testing. So, it's,
One other thing I wanted to talk, well, 2 things really. If a kid has enough credits to graduate early, are they allowed to do that? You know,
we
After
have them that
their-
will graduate like in December.
now say that again.
We have them that
Yeah,
will
but can-
finish in December.
Okay, let's say a kid has all his or hers credits, all of them, at the end of their junior year, if that's possible.
Yeah, we've worked with them.
Karen
they
works
write a
with them all the
letter to
time,
yeah.
The superintendent.
So they can graduate.
Yeah,
We
and we
have
work
worked
with them
with
and make them senior and graduate them if possible, based on their number of credits and where they're at.
Well-
But they have to write a letter to the superintendent
Right.
explaining why they wish to do so.
Right.
You have very few that's a junior. We do have some that will finish up in December.
Okay.
Their
Another thing,
senior year.
another thing I wanted to bring up is, I got a call the other day about cursive writing. A few years ago, I come from the board and talked to you about cursive writing, and this teacher told me they were teaching it up to the second grade, not beyond that. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but could you check that on for me?
I can, but we were talking about that in my family this weekend. And I said, you know, I hear concerns that they're not teaching cursive writing, but we have purchased the books. They are supposed to be teaching, and I was told by a couple, no, they teach. I think what it is when we were talking is, and especially, my granddaughter, she loves to write cursive, and she does all the time, and her teachers require it. But maybe they aren't requiring it to be what the student has to write all day long. Once you start doing cursive back in our time, then you weren't allowed to print. Then everything that you did in the work you turned in was cursive. But our teachers, to my knowledge, are teaching cursive.
Past second grade, because it's
Yes.
continuous,
Yes, it should be.
Because I know I had a sixth grade teacher tell me he was teaching cursive writing right now, because
I think
No
it's
way.
one of those
And
use
I'll
it or
check.
lose it. And so if the teachers
Yes.
aren't,
I
once
think
they
you ought to
learn
use
it,
it,
if they're
that's
not.
well, yeah, that's for
And
sure.
so it's probably why he's doing it again, because
Yeah.
I think some teachers do still have them do it, so it may just be a teacher preference. I don't know.
Yes.
Well, this
I will
one,
check on that
Okay,
tomorrow
thank
when I
you,
talk
honey.
with
Thank
principals. I sure will.
Okay, last thing is we have a issue with Riverview cafeteria floor, and it's in the packet, and we need a motion to repair it,
I'll make a motion.
approve it. That's
Make a
motion.
Motion.
Second by Coach, motion by Angie. Go ahead, discussion. Yeah.
You want to tell him what's wrong with
what
it?
was wrong with the floor? I didn't hear you.
It's been a health
Getting
hazard.
the health department right.
Yes,
up
health
on it.
department,
okay.
because of the sanitizing and the rough surface, and it
Yeah.
had to be, has to be replaced, and they've still got a little bit more work that has to be done on it too.
Okay. Good.
Was that motion for the lowest
Yeah.
bid?
Yes,
Because I noticed there's quite a bit of difference.
yeah.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Tommy?
Yes.
Ray?
Yes.
Coach?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
And I'm a yes.
Mr. Chairman, I want to ask that the administration have someone to look at that place at Grundy High School that's coming down from the hill there. There's a slide from this past storm on the hillside there. It's almost near the YMCA.
They did some work on it last week, didn't they? Adam and them was down there.
That was the ditch. We have
The
a
ditch,
slide.
and he,
We have a
yes.
slide on the hill, so I
Yes.
want that looked at and checked on. And
Can we have Adam do that?
Yes, he's already told me
Oh,
about it, because
okay.
he told me, he said, we worked on the ditch, but he said, we have a big slide down there. And I talked with him this morning to tell him that, hey, every what scenario we pass, we're gonna be going to school on March the 10th. So your guys need to work the school property and clean the parking lots and make sure that everything is ready, so.
We need the administration to keep an eye on that ditch, because the way they fixed that drain, we've had that many a times. It gets stopped up with like just leaves. And once it stops up, it's over and right into the Y's lap.
do we have an update on the football field roof and didn't we have a roof leak in our gym and the
Everything's fixed.
okay
Yeah.
To my knowledge, everything is.
Mhm.
I hadn't heard that.
They
Okay.
had a guy that came in
Went
and,
down, we had the roof fixed and all.
Good deal. Okay.
Recommendations for hire personnel?
We need to hire, it's Pamela Charles for behavior interventionist. That's a position that we had interviewed for and hired before, and the previous people did not take it. So Pamela Charles is.
I'll make a
who I'm
motion to hire.
recommending.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mr. Blankenship. Second
Yes.
by Ms. McClanahan. So, Tom? Yes.
Yeah.
Ray?
Yes.
Yes. Coach? Mike? David?
Yes.
Angie?
Yes.
I'm a yes. We need to set our next meeting time.
Mr. Chairman, I think we need to recognize central office, our principals, our cooks, cafeteria workers. They went beyond normal all last week.
Yeah, I agree.
Opening the schools, and they did a super job. I was down there Friday, and it was just, I mean, they were motivated, they were happy, nobody was complaining. So I'd like to.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Appreciate
that.
it.
Thanks
Thank
to
you.
everyone.
Yeah, to everyone.
They did a. the
I
staff
think Mr.
dug
Ward's
in.
kind of went out of the way there a few times.
Yes,
in the
he
normal,
has.
So just thank you.
Many have, as Mr. Compton said. I'm very proud of them.
Yeah.
You got us a date, Mr. Chairman? This is the fun.
I tell you what.
Once we get out of basketball, it won't be bad.
Yeah, yeah.
She was gonna be out of town.
Okay.
And she's off and she needs to do the budget stuff.
25th?
Won't work for me.
I'm good.
Mike can't, so
26?
That'll work.
26.
It works.
Coach?
26.
Right?
Yeah, it's good for me.
Wait a second, let me make sure. I think
That's
it
a
should be
Wednesday.
good. It's a Wednesday. Because I was the reason we had to fix it fix it last time, and I'm sorry. I think I'm okay on the 26th.
You know, I'm working early on Wednesdays, and
That's
so
your day
sometimes
off anyway, isn't it?
I'm pushing it to get here by 5:30, just for the record.
We'll move it up to
You will
6.
come.
No, I hate to move it to 6.
Yeah.
I'll just stay.
We'll wait on you.
Yeah.
We'll eat longer.
Okay, yeah, eat a little longer, boys.
All right, well, we,
Motion to adjourn?
yes,
Second?
second adjourn, 26.
6:35.
Thank you, buddy. You too. Lando, but I'm proud of him. I watched that.
BD asked me
Where they got
for one. That's why I voted.
Do I have? I just texted him.
You're the same person.
He does so good.
I'm gonna run in my office and run you off here when I'm not getting all over it. Is that okay? Just take me a second to grab my
No, but I watched him.
Yeah, Curtis bringing it in, very good. And will you bring it in?
There you go, Curtis. Thank you.
I'll come right over. Okay. All right, you too. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, I can't put my feet on the ground here.
No,
I
it
can't
almost
believe
put
he's that much
scoreboard out
taller
one
than me. So I'm like, how did he grow so much?
All we need is more rain.
No problem. Keep on digging for me.
Doc, I'll see you.
All right.